Hey everybody, welcome to the Rise or Die podcast, episode 114, Monday Morning Soccer. So this morning was a little interesting. I'm still here for a conference here in Huntington Beach, hence the same shirt over and over and over. I have like 10 of them. But with that being said, this Monday morning was a little different than most. I spent the morning playing by the beach some soccer. Now, I'm a football player, or at least was, I should say. We make fun of soccer players. I mean, come on, they're foot fairies, right? Like, my philosophy is that any and every sport that has a statistic based on how many faked injuries there were, it's not a real sport. But I'm not gonna lie, I had a whole lot of fun playing soccer this morning. I played with guys that I call my brothers that push me to be greater and greater every day. Take a look at episode, 113? Or so, talking about that, but this was a little bit different. See, I'm a very serious person by nature. I'm a very no bullshit, no fluff type kind of guy, and it's to my detriment in many cases. I'm sitting here on a balcony just trying to take a few minutes to actually enjoy life. I wake up every morning at 4, 5, 6 a.m. and I grind, and I go to bed grinding. I work my ass off each and every day, and I often forget just to laugh and do something stupid like play a game of soccer on a mini field with probably 25 other grown-ass sweaty men. Sounds really odd, but it's some of the most fun I've had in a very long time. We all forget about the other part of our life. You can grind, you can hustle, you can work hard, and you can do it 16, 18 hours a day. But at some point, you gotta be able to invest in the relationships that mean the most to you. You have to be able to have fun and enjoy life. Otherwise, it gets really depressing. I know this from personal experience. I've struggled with a lot of depression in my life. When I was 14, I tried... Yeah. I don't really say that publicly too much. 'Cause frankly, it's embarrassing. I was so focused on work at 14 fucking years old. We're talking like 8th and 9th grade. I was so focused on putting my internal stock value in my net worth that in 8th and 9th grade, I already had burned every bridge. That's another podcast episode. I had burned every bridge. I had no fun. Life was so serious. I catch myself missing out on a lot of fun. I catch myself being way too serious. My wife's the exact opposite. Like, she wants to just goof around and laugh and whatnot all the time. And guys, I'm going to be honest, like, I don't smile nearly as much as I should because I'm so caught up in my targets and dreams and goals, and there's nothing wrong with that to a certain extent. But what I want to encourage you to do is also don't forget to live. What's the point of working if you're not going to live a little? I'm not talking about going and partying. Fuck that. I'm not talking about goofing around and not working, day in and day out. No, fuck that. It's necessary. Why not start your Monday morning off with a little stupid game of soccer? Out of all things, soccer. Like, the only sport that's less likely for me to do is like volleyball. I'd say cheerleading, but that's not a sport. Gotta have a little fun, right? A lot of guys compensate for their seriousness and their go-get-it attitude by being sarcastic, and that's very much so me. Sarcasm for the guys that want to be so serious and they take themselves too serious, but they have to kind of take the edge off. They have to take the edge off the daily grind and the work and remember to enjoy life, but they don't actually remember how to laugh. You may be thinking that sounds kind of silly. Sure, maybe it is. But I realize that instead of actually having genuine fun and letting myself go, I tend to be sarcastic, I tend to be rude, offensive, and I try to make light of things that really shouldn't be. Just have some pure fun. When's the last time you went and did something with friends? When's the last time that you played, go outside if you have kids and play soccer with your kids? I'm not an advocate of soccer. I'm an advocate of having fun. Fuck soccer. That's it, guys, for episode 114. Like, I can't explain enough how important it is to remember to live as well. What's the point in grinding if you're never going to enjoy? So, what are you going to do in the next 24 hours to have a little fun? I'm not talking about drinking. That's not having fun. That's sedating. I'm not talking about going and getting high. That's sedating. I'm talking about what are you going to do for some pure, silly fun. That's it for episode 114. As always, help spread the Rise or Die attitude, the Rise or Die community, by reviewing on iTunes this podcast, or if you're on YouTube, go ahead, give us a quick follow. Let's spread this as far as we can. With that being said, I'll talk to you tomorrow for episode 115. By the way, guys, stay tuned. I'm actually tomorrow recording my first episode of Real and Raw Entrepreneurship, where we actually take a look at the not sexy part of entrepreneurship. I'm interviewing one of my favorite guys in the world. We're going to be launching that here soon, so stay tuned for Real and Raw Entrepreneurship updates and details. That'll be out in about a week or so. In the meantime, guys, have a wonderful day.